All right, it's that day of year, July 10th. This is the third year in a row on July 10th doing an anime tier list. And if you're wondering why July 10th, the first time I did it, I was like, just randomly, yeah, whatever day I upload this on, I'll just do it every year on this day. There's no real significance on the date I chose. So yeah, it's just anime tier list 3. Here we go again. Let's go. First up, we have Afro Samurai. Not too much to say about this one. It's about 4 or 5 episodes of a samurai revenge story, but it is very good, very actiony, good animation, nice short story. Just honestly, just A tier, solid A. Not S, because I don't think it goes like above and beyond on anything. It's just a nice, solid, very short samurai revenge story. And that's pretty much all there is to say. So just, yep, solid A tier to start off the tier list. Alright, next up we got the Attack on Titan finale. It finally ended, Attack on Titan, and the finale is pretty good. It's pretty good. And overall, I don't hate Attack on Titan. I also don't really love it. So it's just a B tier for me. But the finale, I would put at the top of B tier. So I'll just put it right here. It's like the pinnacle of a B tier for me. Because it was a good, it wrapped itself up nicely. The ending was nice and all that. I wasn't super invested, but it was nice to watch. It was nice to watch. The big final climactic battle and everything that happened with all the characters. It was solid and good. Again, this one I have these two no strong feelings, I should say. That's a good way to put it. No strong feelings, but pretty good. B tier. Top of B tier. Alright, next up we have Solo Leveling. So the premise of this anime, I forgot when the first season released, is video games, but like in real life. So there's like dungeons that appear everywhere, and people have different classes. But their strength level is the same, and so they're different tiers. So like if you're like an A tier healer or something, you stay that and you can't get any stronger, but the main character can get stronger. That's the whole premise of the show, and it's really good. Actually, this is like the one anime like I binged like when I started it. It hooked me. I find the equivalent of like watching this anime was like playing a game I couldn't put down. It was just so fun. And I'm not going to put it in S tier though. In the animation, Mappa animated it. So the animation's top tier animation. It's so good. I would put it at the top of A tier. Actually, hold on. I'm going to do a little adjustment right here. 1 second. There we go. That works. Yeah. Solo Leveling, I wouldn't put it in S just because there's only 12 episodes. The plot is nothing too crazy. But the animation, and not too many other characters that really hooked me. Other than the main character, of course. But that's why I would put it A. I gotta wait for season 2. I'm not sure if I think season 2 is confirmed. But anyway, yeah. Very solid, top of A tier, borderline S. But I gotta wait for season 2 though. But very solid. Highly recommend that anime. Alright, Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. Now we're cooking. We're really cooking with this one. In terms of animation, like just everything about it, like from season 1 to 2, it's just like better. Season 1's great, don't get me wrong. Season 1's pretty epic, but season 2 it steps it up, it bumps it up another level. The animation is amazing, the characters, the story, the fights, everything is just so good. I mean, it comes at the cost of the Mappa workers, but like that's pretty sad. But it's just so good, and hopefully something will be done about it. I know when season 2 was out, there was some outrage about it on Twitter. Hopefully the conditions have gone better, but probably not too much. But that's pretty sad. But it's still just so good. Introduce some of my new favorite characters. Toji's my new favorite villain, Jujutsu Kaisen. He's just so cool. And my first cosplay, I'm probably gonna do it in Halloween. Is like imagine Gojo, but in Toji's outfit. That's pretty much what I'm gonna try to pull off in Halloween. So that's really fun. But yeah, still top of my list right here. Instant S tier, top S tier. And season 3, I probably won't be as like powerful as season 2, but it's still gonna be really good. Introduce some cool characters. But season 4, that's going to be actually insane when that comes out. When that much anticipated fight. I'm not gonna say what fight, obviously, but there's a certain fight that's gonna be amazing. That's all I gotta say about it. Season 2, amazing. All right, now we have one sec. Now we have Blue Lock, a sports anime, soccer sports anime, and it is the best sports anime I have seen. Kuroko is still very good. I still really like Kuroko. I think I put it on A tier on my last tier list, or the one before that. I honestly forgot. But Blue Lock's just so good though. It's like it has a really unique premise. The characters are really cool. Back to back S tier, baby, and there's a movie coming out too, season 2, which I'm hyped for. It's just super, super good. Just everything about it. Just the premise itself is like your typical sports anime is like it's like a school team or something trying to go to the championship. But this one is like I don't want to spoil too much about it if you haven't seen it, but it's a very different and unique premise that still is like just as entertaining to watch and see the characters progress in. It's just like, it's super, super good. And seeing the characters like just grow and get better and stronger and all that is also very nice to see. So instant back-to-back S tier, baby. Let's go. Easy S tier. All right, now we have Demon Slayer. Overall, the show has amazing animation. The animation is always consistent and amazing. And it's probably, honestly, if I have to say, carried by its animation. But the story is fine, it's serviceable, super basic. I like a lot of the characters are pretty cool. But I would say season 3, the Swordsmith Village arc, I forgot if I talked about this in my last tier list, but is kind of a step down in terms of story and like especially the villains. The villains could have been so much better. They just did not have a menacing presence at all. Like Upper Moon 6 had such a menacing presence. It took so much effort to take that villain down. Then the ones that are supposed to be stronger, Upper Moon 5 and 4, it felt like much easier taking them down. So honestly, I'm gonna have to say it's still S tier. Actually, and also the most recent season. It's kind of like a build up to the most the 3 movies that they're doing to finish off the series. But that's the animation's too good. I would say it's at the bottom of S. I wouldn't want to downgrade it to A just yet, but because I think the movies are gonna be absolutely crazy, so it's still S, I would say, because the animation is so amazing. I love a lot of the characters. But I would just say it's at the bottom of S tier now. But I think the movies are gonna make up for that though. I think it's gonna be like top tier once the movies come out though. But so far it's been kind of tame, I should say. Animation's so great and everything, but the movies are really gonna go crazy. Alright, next up we have Classroom of the Elite. So the premise of this show is kind of like a very slice of life-y kinda. I wouldn't say slice of life, I would say kinda like pretty much students are going to this highly prestigious upper class school, and there's a lot of politics involved in that, and they're rising the ranks. I think they try to be the next leader of Japan or like the higher government, something like that. That's the premise. So I wouldn't really call it slice of life, maybe a little actually. Student life pretty much, and the first episode had me hooked. I thought the first episode was actually pretty good. And then another compliment I have the show is one of the challenge. I think the challenge where they're all stranded, they strand all the students at a beach, and then they have to like do a bunch of survival stuff. I thought that was pretty cool as well. But in hindsight, some of the other episodes, like I just wasn't interested in. Like there was another filler, filler episodes where just nothing happens, and that was kind of annoying. And then one other, I wouldn't call this a complaint, but it's a bit fan servicey, but honestly, I can overlook and forgive that because other anime have this like, it's not as egregious as other anime are. And honestly, also fan service in general is so ingrained in like so many different anime. It's just unavoidable. So I'm not gonna hold that against it, but I just wanted to point that out. I'm gonna put it just in a C tier. I only watched the first season. I've still yet to watch. I still need to watch seasons 2 and 3. I only hope that there are more interesting, and also the protagonist. I really like the protagonist. I think the protagonist is cool, but I hope they add some other interesting characters because the show definitely needs more of them. I would say, but yeah, overall C tier. I don't regret watching the first season. I'll eventually pick up seasons 2 and 3 sometime. I know, but I'm not sure when. But yeah, looking forward to see if hopefully it gets better. I hope. But I wouldn't say it's bad though. Alright, next up we have Bartender, one of the more recent animes I've watched. And It's a slice of life anime, and I chose to watch it because I think the premise at first, I didn't know too much about it, but the premise is pretty much like this hotel chain tries to recruit this the protagonist, the bartender, because he's like super good and talented. He's like a really like expert bartender, and he's serving like his goal is to like serve drinks, trying to make everyone happy, like just try to make the perfect drink for people. And then we see like some other characters and their stories, which is really nice in the show. We also see how like certain cocktails and alcohol like itself is made, and that's honestly pretty cool. And then one quote though, my favorite episode I'd probably say is episode 9. It goes into as a quote that I think is honestly true. Is alcohol has alcohol can be a poison or a medicine. It has two sides, and episode 9 really like talks about that. I think that's just really interesting. The episode 9, the perspective they have on that, and the rest of the show is good too. It has a nice like sweet ending too. I don't think it should. Honestly, don't think there should be a season 2. I think the season 1. And I don't think it will get, because I don't think it's like too popular. So I think it's only 12 episodes long too. Nice little short slice of life anime. Solid B tier. Would I put it in A tier? Nah, I wouldn't put it in A tier. I would put it along. Would I honestly? I almost want to put it in A tier. I have my mind set on B. I'll set it B for now. Alright, I've decided I am actually doing a swap. This is actually, this wasn't planned. I'm doing it right now. I'm going to put Bartender in A, and then I would say move Afro Samurai. Where is it? Here we go. To B. There we go. I'm doing a tier swap. Boom. Live tier swap right there. Just because I think Bartender had like, yeah, it might be recency. I don't think it's recency bias though. Just because I think Bartender had like more to offer than Afro Samurai. Afro Samurai was like, it's really good for what it is, but I think Bartender overall was more impactful, I would say. And rather than the Afro Samurai, which was like all about action, which was still super good, and I still like really enjoyed the villain in Afro Samurai, but I would put Bartender above it. Alright, next up we have Vinland Saga, easy S tier. So it's a Viking anime. It's all about like Vikings doing Viking things, pillaging and all that, but there's like a greater plot about like who's king, a lot of political stuff in there. It's pretty cool. I really like it. Season 1's also is like a big revenge story as well. That's what it's centered around, with the protagonist Thorfinn getting his revenge, and it's very cool. There's a lot of like great action too, and great characters like Thorkel is that for sure my favorite. And season 2 makes a complete opposite switch. It's all about like not being violent. There is some still like action and all that in season 2, but it's like very toned down. But I do enjoy the contrast, like of season 1 and season 2. I like that contrast, so I don't mind it too much. I do have a slight preference of season 1, but overall, I'm not gonna fault season 2 for having no action, because it's like trying to make a different point. So, still very good though. In the season 2, I like the new character they introduced. And the new character's pretty cool and has some good moments in it too. So yeah, easy S tier for sure. And that concludes the yearly anime tier list. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any suggestions of anime I should watch, put them down below. And if it looks good, I'll watch it. And if it's doesn't look good, then I won't watch it. Thank you very much for watching. I do have another video planned, a very higher quality Nuzlocke video. Probably my highest quality video I've ever made, just period, straight up. Much like than my last Nuzlocke video. If you thought that was like a high quality video, this one's gonna be like extra high quality, or just better. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I will see you. No idea when that video is gonna come out, but progress is being made on it. So thank you, and I will see you all later.